Well, welcome to this week's Bushel Up. We're coming to you from our soybeans here in Central City. We've spent a lot of time in cornfields the past few weeks. I did want to turn a little attention to soybeans. One of my favorite things to do this time of the year is kind of go out, peel those leaves off, kind of see how you have pod set going. You know, this is a good evaluation of your program, of your timing, especially if you're putting PGRs on. We put a lot of realize on this. So when you peel those leaves back, you get a good idea for what your pod counts are. Are you weak in the bottom part of your plant, the middle third, or the top? We're pretty uniform throughout this plant. So real happy with what we're looking at here. You can also kind of pick out, you know, we did get a couple lateral branches that gave us some pods as well. So good opportunity to kind of evaluate your soybeans here over the next couple weeks. If you look behind me, we're actually on a 2.6 maturity. As I'm driving up and down the road, any place that's had water, actually you'll see some of the early maturity beans, you know, the 2.4s, 2.2s, starting to gray off. These 2.6s are actually starting to turn a little pale on us, which means for some guys that's time to shut the water off. I'd say hang in there, give us a couple more weeks. I'm from the sand. Typically I like to water beans all the way through, all the leaves dropping. But please understand, one of your big multipliers is your soybean seed size. So we don't want to do anything that causes your seed size to shrink at all. We want to keep these plants alive, healthy. You know, I know nobody likes green stems, but I know if I have green stems, I'm probably still feeding that bean up top. So we'll keep pushing these beans for a little bit. One of the subjects that's come up in conversation with growers the last couple of weeks are harvest aids, desiccation type programs. We do have those, whether it be with Sharpen, you know, paraquat type things like that. Please visit with us. We can put some solutions together. There's a couple different options we have out there. If you've had some weed escapes or you're concerned about, you know, the scenario where maybe your beans got dry, on dry land, you catch a little rain, they try to green back up. We do want to make sure we get beans harvested timely, that we don't have any field loss. So if that's a concern where we're worried about we have to wait for a frost, we can help create that a little bit and knock some of these weeds out. Corn-wise, you know, we're all over the board again with our planting dates, so we're still pushing water. No big issues that we're seeing out there, other than just, you know, kind of isolated spots, spider mites being the main one that we're keeping an eye on. We are still treating some fields, especially those planted mid-May or a little later on. We got to keep them going for a while. Invite you to come to our Owner's Acres tours. We're just a week away. We'll be kicking those off the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So please check our social media sites, check with your locations. We'd love to see you in person. Get those registered up. We got good topics for you. We got some really cool stuff on soil health. I've never seen soil like what we've got as far as the way it can crumble and just some of the changes we've made on our farm. We want to share those ideas and kind of share our progress with you, along with a lot of other topics. So please come out. We look forward to seeing you, and go Big Red.